Joining me now for more on the latest coverage is NBC's Matt Bodner. Matt, thank you for being here. What are you hearing about what's happening in Russia right now?
Thank you, Jonathan. Well, there's definitely a lot of information floating around right now on Russian social media, particularly an application called Telegram, which is kind of the main way these days that Russians share information. Wagner, Prigozhin's group, is very active on this platform, and we're seeing a lot of videos. Many we're still trying to verify, of course, of Wagner occupying at least parts of central Rostov, that major Russian city on the Russian-Ukrainian border. They appear to be making their way towards Voronezh, which is about halfway to Moscow. And Prigozhin himself has said in numerous audio messages that he's just been kind of blasting out all day on Telegram that his ultimate goal very likely is Moscow. He's still saying that he's after the leadership of the Ministry of Defense, but what we're seeing from Putin on down, essentially every major player in the Russian elite has come out at this point and expressed loyalty to Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin is calling this an armed insurrection. It was very interesting, however, that he did not name Prigozhin or Wagner directly, but it kind of gives you a sense of how unprepared I think that the Kremlin was for this. There's going to be a lot of questions moving forward in Moscow about how this was allowed to happen. This is kind of the product of a long simmering fight between Prigozhin and the defense minister, Sergei Shoigu, that has really erupted in an incredibly dramatic, unprecedented way. And I think it's very safe to say this is one of the most, if not the most, significant development in Russian domestic politics in the past 20 years. We've never seen anything like it. President Putin has never faced a challenge like this, and I think there's a lot of nervous people in Moscow right now.
One more question for you, Matt, real quickly. How's the Kremlin responding to Prigozhin's troops claiming control over Russia's headquarters there in Rostov-on-Don?
So it's interesting. They've actually not directly acknowledged that he has control of that building or control of Rostov. They continue to talk about this as an armed insurrection, warning about civil war, all kinds of really catastrophic warnings. They're trying to deter anyone who might be thinking about joining Prigozhin from actually joining that movement. But they're not acknowledging that they've made gains. I think that they're kind of in this position where it's like you can't give it too much credit, but you also have to combat it because it is a serious threat. But so far, nothing but harsh words about armed insurrection. Mm-hmm.